Can you take a guess at where Star Wars ranks in the top grossing movies of all time? Top 3? Top 10? Well, it depends how you're counting. See, this is a chart of the top box office of all time. You've got Avatar on top, then Avengers Endgame, then Avatar again.
This is our land!
Titanic after, and oh, look who's there.
You?
So, 5th place is the highest grossing Star Wars movie. Then you need to go as far as 20th to spot The Last Jedi, and here are the other rankings of the franchise. But wait a minute, isn't it weird that most of the top grossing movies are quite recent ones? To explain this, we need to talk about inflation. Inflation is the reason why that same restaurant meal you had as a kid costs way more today. Well, just like meals, theaters' tickets price evolved. And if you adjust gross to the inflation, here's what happens. It turns out the very first Star Wars, A New Hope, actually ends up as the top earner of the whole franchise. Episode 7 still ranks high, and then comes Empire Strikes Back.
How you feeling, kid? Don't look so bad to me.
And even Episode 1 makes it into the top 20. That means we can compare the regular and inflation-adjusted gross of the saga's entries. For example, we said that Episode 7 had a slight decrease, but say Episode 4 goes right on top. Overall, here's the big picture. You'll notice an important surge of the original trilogy and, well, a drop of the Disney's ones. So yeah, maybe with this you're starting to get just how big an event was the release of the first Star Wars. But let's try to be even more specific. It opened in 1977, which was quite a year for movie lovers. The critically acclaimed Annie Hall by Woody Allen, a brand new James Bond, the instant classic Saturday Night Fever, the latest movie of the man who changed cinema a few years earlier with Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But as you can imagine, those big figures are really small next to what Star Wars has achieved. First released in a small bunch of theaters, it is right after the first weeks that everything goes crazy. Figures just skyrocket forever, in North America first, and then across Europe. The next year, hype is still around, so the movie is re-released in no less than 70 countries. Except in Norway, where the first release is still running on.
Great shot, kid! That was 1 in a million!
People just kept coming back again and again to watch the very first Star Wars. Legendary actor Alec Guinness, starring as Ben Kenobi, rightfully said, "Failure has 1,000 explanations, success doesn't need one." Alright, next chart. This one shows the box office numbers for 3 movies released in 1998. The Siege, The Waterboy, and Meet Joe Black. I know, that's kinda strange, right? Why would I bring 3 random movies in a video about Star Wars? Well, you'll get it very soon, cause the next year was Star Wars' Great Comeback, and to promote Episode 1, a teaser of The Phantom Menace was shown before a handpick of movies. The hype for Star Wars Return was so high that those selected movies' gross got artificially boosted by the Star Wars fans. They came to watch the 2-minute teaser that became a classic before leaving the theater. On November 17th, at the Man Village Theatre, The Siege got a wild 1,147% increase in ticket sales compared to the previous day.
I'm happy now.
And when the movie is actually released, it is a huge hit. Here's the figures for the prequel's domestic gross. The first one clearly outdoes its fellow episodes and testify how much of a commercial frenzy was the beginning of the prequels. Now, just for comparison and out of curiosity, here's the performance of the sequels, along with the 2 spin-offs. This time it is episode 7 that surpasses the others. Speaking of comparison, we're getting to the most interesting.
This is where the fun begins.
But before we dive in, feel free to hit subscribe. At the moment, we're at 500 subs, so let's see where this can go. So let's take a look at the next chart. Cause box office is great, but comparing it to budget is even better. Here's a breakdown of the top 500 movies of all time. Quite logically, we detect a trend. The bigger the budget, the higher the gross. Yet, there's some specific outlier zones. Here, movies that did well despite a small budget. Say the Strokes of Genius zone. Hey Joes, nice to see you. And here, the big budget movie that tanked. Say the fail zone.
What, we some kind of Suicide Squad?
I'm sure now you want to see Star Wars. Ready? Right away, we can see how unexpected was the original trilogy, especially episode 4. Made with a mere $11 million, it is still today one of the most profitable movies of cinema. As for the prequels, those are safe investments. Important budget, important gross.
We're keepers of the peace, not soldiers.
And then you've got the Disney era, which is a bit more of a mixed bag. But again, episode 7 appears as a clear outlier with his own kind of gross.
I bypassed the compressor.
And to take the comparison a step further, let's transform this chart in another one, which displays the box office divided by the budget. The return on investment, in a way. First we meet Solo, the only net loss for a Star Wars movie. Then there's the rest of Disney's movies, with episode 8 that made 5 times what it cost. Then the prequels, going as high as a return on investment of 9 with episode 1, and after these, figures are soaring. 15 for Return of the Jedi, 24 for Empire Strikes Back, and an insane 70 for the first Star Wars.
Look at the size of that thing.
But what if I told you that George Lucas had done even better than this?
I don't believe it.
Let me zoom out a lot for this one. Completely off the chart, with an astonishing box office budget ratio of 180, let me introduce you to American Graffiti. Made for less than $1 million, it was Lucas's first cinematic success. And it is thanks to the $140 million gross that he decided to fund his next project. Just a small science fiction story that you might have heard about. The video's over, make sure to check the others, they are more focused on behind the scenes material about the saga, I hope you'll appreciate them. See you next time.